Can we talk about this Meghan McCain clip because it's a little
Oh,
old,
let's do it.
my favorite thing I've seen all week. So, uh, Meghan McCain went on a rant that went fairly viral, pertaining to the Meghan Markle Harry interview with Oprah and Whoopi Goldberg, not my favorite person in the world, but her response went even more viral than the ridiculous rant of Meghan McCain's itself.
The American experiment is the way to go. And if we have two American women, Meghan Markle and Oprah Winfrey, who are single-handedly finishing what George Washington and our revolutionary counterparts did, I'm all for it.
Okay.
Listen, Whoopi's got pretty terrible politics, but I'll always enjoy piling on Meghan McCain. So if Whoopi would like to join us, then I'm all for it.
Okay.
I love the phrase "the American experiment is the way to go," just like as the statement of empire for us.
How did she turn this into, yes, Meghan Markle and Oprah are finishing what George Washington started?
You know,
Say that, maybe you want to have an internal dialogue with yourself. My politics aren't necessarily sensical. They don't make sense.
I mean, this might be a little churlish to say, but for someone like Meghan McCain, who, and definitely not original, but for someone like Meghan McCain, whose entire claim to fame, which she consistently reminds us of, is that her parents were famous and wealthy, for to come out against monarchy and aristocracy is just weird. It's like she never misses opportunity to remind us who her father is.
Yeah, well, she is the princess of Arizona, so you would have thought that she would be in favor of monarchy, but alas.
If
Duchess of Phoenix.
all the conservatives that get on this sort of 1776 revolutionary kick, they should come out against all forms of sort of dynastic inheritance of power, and then we can start talking.
Conservatives find themselves on the opposite side of every war, basically. Civil War, Revolutionary War, World War II. Like, just depends when you catch them. Depends on if it's like the anniversary of the Gettysburg Address, or if someone online is just a little bit uppity who is not white.
Yeah, I mean, and the idea that they're going to make this about American exceptionalism, or Meghan McCain is attempting to do so, is just such a reach, when clearly this is about structural and embedded racism by a colonial power in the United Kingdom, and that has been so interwoven into the fabric of that governmental structure, where basically, reportedly, a member of the royal family was deeply concerned that Harry and Meghan Markle's child would be too dark for their liking. That's what the story is, not that, Meghan and Oprah are together chopping down the cherry tree to finish what George Washington started. It's just like this weird American mythos
Is that what they were finishing, Emma, by the way? Was that what she was talking about? George Washington never finished chopping down the cherry tree.
I'm so grossed out by and completely immune to American exceptionalist mythology that maybe that's what it is. But again, this is like one of the least substantive clips I could have picked to play first, but it tickled me so dearly that I had to touch on it.
I will say, though, I guess kudos to Meghan McCain for finding the one way to the one conservative take to agree with two Black women talking about systemic racism. I mean, she found a way.
Really just circumvented the traditional, like, conservative argument. We were seeing Piers Morgan up in arms that how dare you challenge the monarchy.
I bet it took her a while to think of that one. I can't just come out and agree. First of all, do I agree with Meghan about racism? Do I support the Queen? I'm sure she went through that stage, and then once she landed on she doesn't like the Queen, she must have had to figure out why.
Well, first I'll say Meghan McCain, that's the McCain blood in her, being able to find the most ass backwards take. But, Didn't her mother, a little bit after John McCain died, like call the police on an interracial couple in like an airport because she thought they were trafficking them?
Yes.
That is what. So I mean, really, it's I don't know what else I can say besides that. Like this was just that was maybe what 3, 4 years ago.
That is, you really, I totally forgot about that, but I remember that now. That's but that's maybe why she wasn't choosing to focus on the interracial elements and those that being the real story there. It has to be about how, for some reason, Meghan McCain is still taking the Revolutionary War seriously and still has animosity towards the UK. Like, talk about holding a grudge.
That's a real conservatism.
Yeah.
Listen. When Sidney McCain called the cops on an interracial couple, that was just her way of saying that the American experiment is just the way to go.
Yeah, she didn't deny them a title. She just called the police on them in an airport.
Oh my! I do love Whoopi's reaction though. Just sometimes the best reaction is just
yeah,
pointing out.
I think Meghan McCain thought that, like, here's an opinion that people actually might not make people hate me that work on this show. And no, sorry, no.
I think Whoopi appreciated that she tried. I think she would be like, okay, like, you know what, that wasn't the usual. So you know what, let's just move on.
I mean, I guess Cindy McCain could have went the Sharon Osbourne route. You guys seen that? That's quite another morning show take. She's defending Pierce. Sharon Osbourne apparently is throwing it all down on the line on her morning show. What is it? CBS's version of The View or whatever. What is it? The Talk.
The Talk.
Yeah,
is that the one with Tia Mowry, from Sister Sister, or it might be Tamara?
I think it's one of them. I think you're right. But she apparently was going hardcore defending Pierce Morgan and yelling at her other co-hosts, even her black co-hosts, about how she was the victim of this racist conversation, and she was making it all about how now people are going to call her a racist for defending Pierce Morgan and how horrible that is.
That's very sad for her. Yeah.
I mean, it just seems like a weird thing to defend Pierce Morgan. Like he's like Ricky Gervais without the funny, or rather, without the at least the Office UK street cred. He just he's always been Pierce.
Right.
Well, maybe Sidney McCain has a point. Sharon Osbourne's also from UK. Maybe there's something's going on over there. What's going on? Why are they all
identity politics is what's going on? Matt.
Right.
You gotta name and shame.
Right.